call, right, I want you to please read more. And their findings, right, they have seen it in the system of people and places where, people are more kind of exposed to eating this kind of food, right? And according to them, a lot of people were normal. It was like normal, okay? But you see, out of the outliers, including, especially in children, they discovered that adults who have actually had to eat this GMO food in a space of over 5 years, they have become, what do you call that? Infertile. Some of them, some women have become infertile that they couldn't really conceive. Men have low sperm count, right? Then they've said that they've taken people's blood test, where they found that there has been some alteration in their DNA, somehow. Now, but what the reason why they keep pushing it is that it is not massive and it can get better. It's over,
Okay, so what they want to
experience. All those things don't really matter anymore. They found out that people go they born Down syndrome children simply because they are consuming this. They are already evidence
genetically modified.
Right? They are only saying that it is not massive. That people can still survive eating them.
Okay, so maybe I need to do some more of my own research and because like I said, because I'm a student of science and I know that science is not absolute, right? Absolutely. It can get it wrong sometimes. And I think what we are kind of like on the same page. I'm saying that the impact of ingesting or eating this genetically modified organism outweigh, right, the benefits that they're trying to tell us about, right? And another thing is that if they're being across the board, if they're being fair, then you don't go to governments. Why don't you, as a business, come and talk to the farmers in all of these countries, right? Tell them what the benefits of, buying this, what they call it, genetically modified goods are, right? And then let it be their choice to decide whether or not they want to take your goods. But then when you now go over them and go to the government and say, a mandate, and then the government has to mandate them to use it, right, to their own detriment, then I feel like
they are not doing it for free.
Exactly. You have to bribe them. You have to do all of these nefarious things just to ensure that these people use your genetically modified seeds and everything. Then it tells me that your intentions are not pure at the end of the day. And then if you say that, okay, just a few people will have all of these things, you and I know that when the government say that they're here to help you, they're not really there to help you. They're there to help themselves. And I will always use the example of COVID. When people talked about the vaccine, telling people to be cautious, at the end of the day, I personally felt that even though you wanted people to use the vaccine, do not mandate it. Let it be optional. Let it be a choice that you are making for yourself, at the end of the day, as opposed to saying, no, if you don't take it, you can't go here, you can't go there, you can't do this, and you can't do the other, right? That was a bit authoritarian at the end of the day. And then it turns out that these vaccines actually do have, what they call it, there were people with vaccine injuries and things like that. It's all over the place now. But the pharmaceutical companies have been given that whole blanket,
and they probably moved on to something else now.
And you can't sue them because that was part of the things that covered them that year when they did the vaccine. Was that you cannot sue them. I guess that there are some people that will be able to sue them now, but I know that generally they said you can't sue them. So because I know that science is not absolute, you can't just tell people, oh, go and plant these GMO seeds. And then you have people like the first caller come in and say things like, oh, the initial fruits that we had were not, the oranges that we had. And no, that is just
so as to further convince us and make it look like,
so we've been eating
it all this while. No, we have not.
No, we have not. We've always eaten what was natural to our own environment and geographical region. So don't come and tell us stories. Like you said, my childhood was not a fairy tale, and I'm sure your own childhood was not a fairy tale. Nobody had to give our people. People make this come and say all these things. Our people were not dying, please. They were not dying before the advent of the Oyibo. We were here surviving generations upon generations without genetically modified food.
I didn't know anything about this, because people I grew up with, right? They didn't have all kind of ailments and sicknesses that I grew up to know now. Seriously, Charm.
Exactly.
They're like trying to socially condition us and make it look like, oh, we're all going to die anyway. Just take it. No.
No, I want to die on my own terms. Yes. I don't want to have to die because of something that is given to me that if I was given the choice, I wouldn't have to take. So let me die on my own time. Let me go out there. Let lightning strike me and let me die. Let me know that that's what killed me.
You know what
But
I
don't come and give me, don't come and give me genetic body. It's not too much. My dear, my good, well done for all your work. Please carry on.
Yes,
we are behind you.
And I'm going to miss all of you because after tonight, you won't be seeing me again until Friday or Saturday, right? But until then,
so absolute. We'll see you now. We'll see you soon.
I know you'll see me soon anyway. Bless you. So here is another caller, though. We still have, let me see. I think we still have just about 50 minutes to go. So we'll take this. Hello there.
Oh, Mr. Marigon, good evening. This is Older.
Indeed. Older. How are you this evening, sir?
Yeah, I'm fine.
So Older
it's just a quick.
Yes, please.
Yeah, let me quickly go to the point. The point I want to make is just about the video you showed earlier today about the bad roads.
The
about
terrible state of Ogun State roads.
Yeah, yes, and like we have it all across Nigeria that way. So my opinion is that, or would I say, you know, my kind of idea just came up into my head as why can't one kind of set up young people who are willing to to embark on exposing this type of state of disrepair of every even primary medical uh, roads and all like that. If if we take it upon ourselves, that, okay now if I will be traveling to Nigeria now, of course I'm going to get a nice drone and some equipment that in my area I will expose all this and then put it on online or even send it to you or something like that.
To all the platforms you have connection with.
Yes, yes, and then it has to be specifically like one has to be, these politicians and these liars, they are so ambiguous. Sometimes they will say things that tend to make sense, but the true sense of it is that they don't normally make sense because we don't know what they are talking about, right? They just say something in a vaguely way, right? And then if things are not well documented, like when a video is taken of a road, that okay, this road leads from A to B, the name of that road, the date that it was taken, right? And then post it online. If we can embark on that, everyone uses all
everybody should
our
use their
resources.
phones to
Yes, and then you say
post the dilapidated structures in your area, whether it is road or health center or school. Like take the pictures and put it online. Tell people where it is. If you are too afraid, because they may come for you, send them to platforms and say, can you help me post this? It's my area. And all of that. The rest of people will pick it from there and they will share them. You are right. That's why I give kudos to those people who decided, because, when that girl was posting the videos of the terrible roads she's been to in Ogun State, right? They said she's attacking the governor, that she's trying to, make the Yorubas hate their governor. How can somebody from Jos, you know what happened? People from Ogun State, they started posting the videos and all of the pictures of their areas. The one I brought some of them to us this afternoon, right? And they said, is it the attack on the governor? Is posting the videos and pictures an attack on the governor? Is this what you call an attack? And indeed, all these paid sellers, I don't know how they did it, they disappeared. So why can't people do that all over the country? All of you have your phones, right?
Yeah, we just need to encourage. We need to enlighten them, encourage them, and tell them
the news. Exactly, be the news you want people to see. Let everybody see what's going on in your area. You just don't know what attention this is going to attract and possibly end your mystery. You're right, Baba, and they are hearing us.
Yeah, to be honest, it's a good thing because you can from there be a content creator. Just create disrepair things abandoned projects or even ordinary primary care, health care
Mhm.
in your community. Go around there, take pictures. I mean, not just picture, video, short clips, not video, because they will come around and argue that picture. They say, "Oh no, this is a
It's old.
picture
It's
or
outdated. You
photoshopping."
wait. You first post them the
Photoshopping. So
pictures. You let them say
yes, because they
deny
are
it.
so
You let them deny.
yeah, sorry
Then
to,
you now post the
yeah,
video.
sorry to, yeah. Sorry to say that they are full of shit, and it is true. They are full of God knows. These people are just not not credible at all. This genetic modify whatever they're talking about is a way of distracting everybody. Now we're talking about this now. Why can't we face this government that doesn't have any good thing to offer? Get rid of them. Whenever a good governance comes up, they will find a way out of it. A good governance is about the people. It's about patriotism. It's about care about people. It's not about this
I agree.
lying gangsters, these fascist ideas. This is even worse than fascist. These
It's
are proper hyenas, and we are enabling it. Everybody, every single we are part of this. We are enabling it. If you can't say no, no matter how small you are, if you can't say no to all these things, there's no way
And
this
that's the,
this will
what
change.
right do you now
And
have
then
as
the
a
only way we
citizen,
can change it,
right? That you actually do not have a
yeah,
say. Eh?
yeah,
What right
they
do
are
people
lying.
now say they have if you have no say in what happened in your country, even to you?
Yes.
Get rid of them. I agree.
So
That I agree.
it's it's better to die, die struggling to stand on. I'm on.
Sorry, I think
Yeah. So
just the service
yeah,
playing in the
sorry.
background, yeah?
Yeah. Sorry about this. It's just that if it doesn't make any sense to live like a slave, yeah, and then begging for arms from all this these demigods, right? These are just people who just make themselves to become relevant. They make themselves to become important, whereas they are nothing. Because the true what makes you to be relevant to be something is your good doing. It's when you've done good,
Sure, that's
when
the normal
when
thing.
you've gone
I know.
good thing. But these ones are idiots. They are serving their gods.
Thank you.
They are the to Tinubu and them and all like that. These people are useless. Akpabio is useless.
Hmm.
These are just old idiots. They don't even want to allow young people to have say.
It's a shame,
They
isn't it?
think is this old idiot. Yes, honestly. Anyway,
Yeah.
I don't have much to say today.
Thanks
I
so
will
much.
call
Okay. Let
some
me
other
take
time.
another
Thank you
one,
for
right?
listening. Thank you, and
Thanks so
then
much.
and then thank you for
God bless you. So that's old up from Leeds here in the UK. So I just want to quickly remind us that we only have just about 40 minutes to go. And if you haven't really shared or liked this broadcast, do that now before you completely forget. Forget. Hello there.
Hello, dear my general. Good evening to
Hey,
you,
the
sir.
African Wahala. The Prince, how are you this evening?
I'm doing very well, brother.
Grant.
Um, I wanted to pass some information that I have. It's not classified like Dr. Agbade brings his classified information.
Amazing.
This is something that I found on, just doing some research about artificial meat and artificial chicken.
Okay.
So, the three largest artificial meat companies in the world are located in the United States of America. One of them is called Good Meats, and one of its major shareholders is Bill Gates. Now, they are they have been lobbying for the past 3 years, since 2021, to mostly Western countries, especially Western countries that are controlled by far right liberals, the people that constantly yap about climate change. So one of the ways they are going to impose the consumption of artificial meats that are generated from cultured cells in the laboratory is that they will tell the government that one of the ways to minimize the effects of climate change from the farming of cows and all these other animals is to generate these foods in the laboratory, and wealthy countries would have to implement it first. I actually read somewhere, but I couldn't find the exact link. If I find a link, I would share it with everybody on the platform. It says we are going to make sure that Western countries will be the first to implement this new food world order because it's beneficial to climate, to the planet. That's how we can save the world. And we know that unfortunately, where we are from, I love where I'm from. I love Africa. If I was to come back to this world, if I had a second chance, I will choose to be an African again. But it's just unfortunate. For example, the contraption that I found myself trapped in, it has been under the control of slaves of these Western countries. And we heard them talking about climate change is the reason why Fulani terrorists are killing people in the South. Climate change is the reason why there is farmers' herders crisis. And we all know it's fake news. It's fake news. But these guys, once they present them this option of artificial meat, 1000% guarantee they are going to jump on the offer. And they are going to jump on the offer with the mindset that, okay, we, the so-called elites, we, the dirty elites that drive Lamborghinis on rubbish roads, we will continue eating organic food, but the masses will consume those artificially produced meats. And there is nothing we can do about it. So I said all of that to say this.
Our own supply of fresh food, fresh meat, natural food, and all of that, then you can feed the whole population with whatever you want. Can you guarantee that we will get fresh? So you will guarantee, we can guarantee you. But they said because cows are fatting, that is why this climate is changing. Cows are fatting. Fat is contributing to climate change.
What's craziest? What's mad fast to say? We know even we say we'll be Africans. Yeah. We know even get mouth. We know level. So anything they offer us, we must take. The only way that we can stop that from happening is if we can find a way to get rid of their collaborators, these evil APC, PDP, LP, all of them, all these terrorists. Mm-hmm. That's the only way. Now, secondly, I just had to bring people's consciousness to that. Now I'm going to end this on a lighter note. This afternoon, you said something about Ogun State roads. When you drive around, the roads have become worse than they were years ago, which is opposite of what happens around the world. Things are supposed to get better. For example, the last time that I checked Google Maps on my grandfather's street in Ijabode, it wasn't on Google Maps. That might have been like 2016, thereabout. So I checked that same street about 2 months ago, and I realized that Google had driven through that street in 2022. You could see my grandfather's street on Google Maps. Guess what, Mayegu? So when we did in the 90s, then those days where we would travel for Elia, every whatever, still get small quota and with plenty potholes. Now on a brown road, no more quota there.
Everything is wiped off. It's just dusty now.
Everything on clear, come out. And they go celebrate that Elia, those people. So I don't know what's be our problem. We get serious. In fact, I just round up the conversation. My people, just help us click on the like button, subscribe to the channel. It's an opportunity for people like me to rant and express some of my frustrations. Thank you for listening.
God bless you.
Thank you, Mayukun General.
Yeah, so that's our own, the African Wahala. God bless you. When you mentioned that Google map and the rest, right? I kind of feel tempted. Okay, give me a second. Let me take this. I hope I got you, hopefully, right? So I am putting something on just because I want to go and see Djibouti. And then there is one where we have, I mean, you can easily tell, you know, okay, let me show you because I have it on my screen. Okay, let me share the screen with you. What is that? 1 second, right? Just 1 sec. So it is Djibouti. So you put it in the Google Art, okay, and then I will show you Djibouti from the the satellite up there picking it. But the street view is the one the African Wala is talking about. Street view will take you straight into the. Well, this is